Enter into a new dimension of gaming and push your PC to the extreme with uncompromised graphics performance. So compact you have to see it to believe it. The way you play will never be the same.
Hello and welcome everyone to the debut season of the XP Esports High School League for 2021. We're coming into this. My name is Blue Panda. Joining me on the mic yet again, Cthulhu. We have this phenomenal competition getting underway here tonight. You know, we've witnessed ourselves the startup of a lot of esports careers throughout Rainbow Six, throughout other titles as well. But this is the age. This is the place where people and gamers start to delve into the esports side of things. This is going to be the first step for a number of players. Some others may have had a bit of competitive experience, but either way, it is going to be an absolute show.
Oh yeah, 100%. It is the best time, kind of the grassroots, you could call it, time for all the gamers to kind of dip their toes in the competitive setting, see what they can pull off, how they can fare against some of the other teams, and see if their endurance is up to the par. But yeah, honestly, for tonight even, the matchup is looking quite spicy as well. It is looking to be St. Edmunds versus Trinity College that we'll be seeing ourselves to play in a best-of-1 series tonight as well. Full Pro League setting as well, so similar to what we've seen in during the XP Esports Women's League as well. So quite keen, not going to lie.
I mean, same format that we're seeing in the Six Invitational as well. So these guys are going to be diving straight into it. No holds barred coming into this competition. It is either first to 7 or first to 8 if it goes to overtime as well. So they're going to have to be dealing with that. You're going to have to get used to stamina. Hopefully coming into this, they've done a bit of homework. Obviously, it's a high school league. Hopefully, you'd imagine they've been doing their homework. But coming into this, we are going to see the standard competitive map pool as well. So there's obviously a lot that could go on here tonight. But Cthulhu, we have to thank our sponsors. I mean, they've been putting in the hard yards, making all of this possible so they can keep things going. Obviously, Ubisoft, ANZ, ZQ Racing, Computer Alliance, Intel NUC, Cooler Master, and Asus ROG. Without them, none of this would be possible. We wouldn't give this opportunity to the kids to be able to play and give us their best on stream. And well, we've already done a bit of digging. We've had a little bit of a look behind the scenes. We can see a real match here tonight.
Yeah, look, we've seen. I had a bit of a peek. You could say under the hood of this whole matchup whilst sitting around in a lobby. St. Edmunds might have quite some prep in there, at least ranks-wise. They're looking quite confident on the side of Trinity College. Obviously, a few of the gamers still been just somewhat recently starting up on their gaming time in Siege, but honestly might be bringing in some maybe fresh insight onto the game. We'll definitely have to see. But before we'll get into all the nitty-gritty of the actual matchup, let us actually do also have a peek at all the teams that signed up for Term 2 of HSL. Here we are. We do have the 3 teams that did manage to make it. It's Maryborough Maximizers, Trinity College Red, and St. Edmunds Wolfpack will be joining us for this season. Honestly, quite keen, quite excited to see how the teams will progress, because we'll get to see them play on frequent basis. Plus, with each week, there is a possibility for them to continuously improve. They will obviously have the VOD information as well to study, should they want to improve. So, honestly, a few very, very interesting setups just for the sheer fact of some teams maybe just a little bit more new to the scene.
Yeah, I mean, this is the transition period for a lot of kids, you know, from gamers to esports athletes. You're seeing kids getting into esports younger and younger. And honestly, for Rainbow Six Siege, this is prime territory. So they, yeah, like you said, they will have that opportunity to continuously improve. They will be able to develop that skill. And, well, VOD reviews are going to become a thing that they will need to start worrying about. Prep for their opponents coming in, week out. But at the moment, I mean, we can do all the talking we want in the world. Today's matchup, of course, is going to be an absolute hell of a show. It is St. Edmunds, the Wolfpack, versus Trinity College, going toe-to-toe here. And look, this is unknown territory. We have yet to see any of these teams play. This is completely... Well, this is our debut match of the season. Definitely a great spot to make a name for yourself to kick things off.
100%, yeah. A very good first showcase, should be an absolutely banger, honestly, and hopefully we'll get to see quite a showcase because, of course, we do have our map bans. All of our sides have been already set up, keen and ready. Let's actually have a look at our map videos as well, because this should be promising. It is obviously going to be Clubhouse, and for our first play today, we nearly had the of Oregon as well for the previous iteration of the matchup, but alas, it is going to be Clubhouse. It is going to be Trinity College that will be starting things off on the attack as well, which means for St. Edmunds a possibility of some early points for themselves in the first half.
Yeah, I mean, interesting. We see straight off the bat, Coastline, Chalet, both taken away. So not only have you got the most frag-intensive map gone off the board, the least strategically important, heavy impact map, you've got Chalet, the newest of the competitive map, all taken out as well. So obviously they have an idea of how to come into this. They're going to go with what is stock standard. You know, your ANZ Tier 3 trio of Cafe, Oregon, and Clubhouse are probably going to be the norm for the most part this season. So no surprises. This is going to be a great testing ground to start things off.
Indeed. Well, we do have both R's from both teams, so let's have a quick peek at the Clubhouse and get things underway ASAP. Yeah, look, good luck, have fun to both teams, because honestly, Clubhouse is one of those maps that is one of the maps that has been in the meta for quite a long while. It's one of the launch maps that we've seen in Siege, and quite frankly, honestly, one of the easier ones to read, I would have to say.
Yeah, honestly, there's no real crazy new stuff that we're seeing, even with the Six Invitational going on at the moment, which is where you will see teams start to bring out those weird and wonderful strategies to get early points on the board in the group stage. We're not going to see anything crazy. There we go. St. Edmunds, first off, will take away the Thatcher. So, unfortunately, he is not going to be making his way in. Now, the next ban could be an interesting one. Obviously, at this stage in competition, these players, some of them might be very new to the game. Some of them might have been playing it for a little while. A lot of teams will ban at the Maverick here, given that it can be quite tricky to, Maverick trick things. But it's going to be an ace soon. This one's not crazy out of the norm either. But this, I mean, you've got to hope both these teams have someone who knows how to Maverick.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be a very important thing. Certainly, it seems like even Trinity College came in quite prepared, knowing full well how powerful can Ace be. I was actually, funnily enough, expecting something like a Jackal ban, something of a bit of a more of a comfort zone ban, but here we are. Ban coming in from Trinity College is their secondary one. The last one remaining is St. Edmunds, the ones that banned out Thatcher. So it is going to be somewhere across the lines of maybe a Miram, maybe a Valkyrie, just to make sure that it's going to be a whole lot easier to take control of some of the more important choke points here. And yeah, look, apart from that, everything is looking just about the similar. But no, actually, funnily enough, it is going to be Legion, meaning they want to restrict a little bit more on the whole trap meta game, make sure that there's minimal amount of, I suppose, passive damage and denial of the momentum in play, and Legion is quite proficient at that very case.
Yeah, definitely going to be enabling that freedom of movement. And well, there you go, players in the lobby ready to go for each side. Blue obviously going to be St. Edmunds on the defense, Trinity College orange on the attack. We're going to be heading to CCTV to kick things off, and well, I could not imagine a more iconic bomb site to go to kick things off here in the High School League. CCTV on Clubhouse, name a more iconic duo, but we're already starting to see some tricky stuff coming out. Revan's going to be on the 6th pick, brings out the Cade. Not only have they got the Cade now, they've got a Bandit and a Mute to pair with it. That is huge denial.
Yeah, that is a whole lot of utility to really use to deny the breaches, even deny the info gathering game. And, well, whilst I'm thinking that maybe bringing in the Kite for this one may be a little bit of an overkill, but it's definitely going to make the life of the hard breaches a whole lot more miserable, meaning, well, they possibly will be forced to really push through onto the rafters, push through the master bedroom and the construction site and see what they can do from there. But even now, you look at some of the setups, you could have a mute jammer on the con wall, few Kite charges on the main wall in CCTV, and then the rest of the bandit charges try to just essentially deny as much of the rest of the breaching. But it doesn't look like there's going to be a whole lot of actually expansion, and only just the bare minimum to be reinforced by the St. Edmunds College here.
Interesting stuff coming out already. Coming in with a bit of a plan. We'll have to wait and see how that one plays out. But obviously, not only have they got, you know, the triple denial of the Mute Bandit and Kite, they've got the Jaeger, and having received those nerfs, definitely going to be interesting to see if Sadzi has done their homework in terms of practicing the spray control. But given the skins on the board, you would imagine that maybe, just maybe, there is some preparation. Obviously, some work being put. Nord, is this? It looks like they have saved some bandit batteries. I think Nort is positioning himself for this bandit trick on CCTV wall with the help of Revans to cover CCTV window. This is some bold strategy coming out, but this is one that can so easily punish an attacking team that is caught unawares.
100%. Thankfully, though, for Trinity College, they are being extra cautious about how they push, where they go, and certainly, at least for the time being, they are playing kind of a very much of a withdrawn gameplay up on a roof, just making sure that they drone out everything, that they get all the peaks right. Sadzi actually is looking very keen on just going for a jump out, or at the very least keeping a hold of the position that he's currently in. Apart from that, really, a couple of drones to come around. Don't ask, because I don't know. Well, we'll be holding the position up on the rafters. Stacked, absolutely stacked on the sheer amount of utility. 2 ADS as a mute jammer to not get himself droned out, but a little bit on a different position, to say at the very least. The mute jammer instead of being right at the front on the top landing, but won't be the case. Sadzi already made a rotation.
I mean, honestly, it's not every day that you see a mute holding rafters anyway. I think that's a lot of faith to be putting in a player with the SMG11, but obviously they know what they're doing. They have complete faith in Don't Ask. He's got the skill, obviously, to hold this one down, but, well, there you go. Trinity College, they're going to start to get themselves in. Maiden ZAF is going to be the one to push into con. Sadzi finds the opener. Hulk Cry does fall. That's unfortunate. They lose out on the Thermite. All the hard breach responsibilities now in the hands of the Hibana. But they could get themselves into the site. They have that coverage. They have some of the utility they need. But unfortunately, there's a lot of guns trained on those entries as well.
Indeed, with Sadzi as well going in for the flank, he could actually catch a few very solid frags. Nobody's actually watching the flank, so this could be huge if he plays his cards right and keeps his trigger discipline right. Goes in for the gunfight, but no, the new recoil betrays him. That's Chillity to find the frag, but 13 seconds remaining. The push needs to happen.
Well, Ravens is going to fall as well. May just pushing in with that Type 89. Unfortunately, the frag comes back as Nort does take down Little J on the Zofia. Maid is just going huge. Will be dropped finally. Nort there as well to chime in with the MP7. And St. Edmunds will win it on the clock, but it was a very close run affair. The frags not quite lining up the way they would have hoped towards the end of the round. And luckily, the defenders obviously have that clock to work with as well. But on it, you've got to keep in mind, Trinity, the way they executed, it would have been so interesting to see how it would have played out with more time on the clock.
Yeah, it definitely looked like they felt like they had a little bit more time, and unfortunately for them, just couldn't really find any kind of momentum. Didn't really find any early frags, couldn't really play off that, and it all went kind of downhill from there on. But we'll have to see what kind of more shenanigans can we ramp up here, because for St. Edmunds, I mean, gotta be honest, they've really didn't do a whole lot, just sit around on the site for the most of it, but We'll have to see because, yeah, like you said, oh god is indeed, because Kavira is in play.
Kavira and the Vigils, so they are just doubling down on the Rovers here, and Ravens and Sadzi, they're both AFK for the moment, just standing there chilling, figuring out who's going to be roaming where, and there they go, they're off, they're underway. We've got, well, they almost fulfill a similar function. You've got one that denies info to your drones and your information gathering utility, and you've got one that feeds misinformation through audio cues. So definitely could prove a little upsetting to the side of Trinity College if they don't have that information, if they don't have the flank watch down. And we do see the Jackal has been switched out for a Twitch this time around, looking for more of that utility clear if possible. But it's a case of, unfortunately, no Maverick on the board means that those Cave Claws are going to be stronger than ever. No way. Revan's looking for the M12 spawn peak from Secret. Doesn't find it. Gets shot back at. Will retreat for the moment. I mean, this aggression for St. Edmunds. They are the Wolfpack. It's not making any surprise. It's not surprising me at all for the moment.
Yeah, they're definitely out here on a hunt, trying to find some early frags. They're the ones that are taking essentially the offense to the attackers and just trying to make it as difficult as possible to even make entry. I mean, look at this. Maidenzaf, Chility, Little J, just all of them are still outside the building, still trying to figure out what is the good entry point. And finally, we do have, funnily enough, actually Hibana going in for the play. The breach charge is going to be there just to use and not really waste a whole lot of utility. And oddly enough, no vertical play from Sadzi and Revens.
We might even just see them bypass these off-site players here for St. Edmunds. They've got the hatch and stock open. They can look to drop blue and just funnel in. There's only limited resistance on the site for the moment. Honkai has taken some damage, but still very much in it. Still 50 health left. Or this is some interesting drone positioning. Revens could do some real damage if unscouted. Chility might spot it. Oh, the big miss drone, unfortunately. Does it turn back? Does it spot Revens? Yeah, there we go. Finally seen. Finally collected that information. Unfortunately, Revens for the... He's going to go back for it. He's cheeky. He's on drone currently as well.
Yeah, he is very keen. Finally, we do actually see some form of vertical play from Sadzi, but Honkai instead does manage to find out not. Sadzi, meanwhile, tries to get some sort of a spook, some trumpet gameplay here onto what I'm assuming was Zofia. But instead we do see a rotation and a drop down actually through the blue hatch.
Well, no lesion means that they can go for this. Will the 416 come into effect again? Honkai goes for the smokes. Oh, Din just turns the wrong way at the wrong time. ADSs are going to start to be clean, full bunkered out of blue, but unfortunately, despite the kill going down onto Bade, Don't Ask is fragged out again by Honkai, who was very low to start things off. Revens coming in for the backside. The plant, can it be denied? Revens has spotted it. It's going to be secured. Baggin does find the kill onto Sadzi, despite losing out on a teammate. And Cthulhu, it's a 2v1. Little J with the spray. Revens going to get the down on the kill. And we're into a 1v1.
1v1 indeed, but Revens on barely any HP. A single bullet will pretty much be the end. Even just a shot in the toe will put him in the grave. Baggin decides to take a little bit more of a safer position, but right now, just a single headshot will pretty much be the end. 15 seconds remaining, not a whole lot of time, so Revens needs to push up as quickly as possible. Already reveals his intentions. There's the pre-fire, but no! Actually wins it out! Revens on a 1 HP in a dream will be securing that dub, but can he actually get the defuse? He will! That's the second round, completely stolen away from Trinity College.
1 HP, a dream, and 2 seconds. All that were needed there to get the win. My lord, that could have gone either way. But they pull it back. Revens keeps cool, calm, and collected on the Kavira. And pulls it back. St. Edmunds will pick up a second round in a row. They're going to have to go down to the tertiary bomb site. We are going to see a Rooney coming through for the first time. Tachanka as well. Look, this is St. Edmunds. They were brought right to the brink there. The defuse just went down at the last possible second. But they're feeling confident. They're feeling ready to go. The Tachanka will be a 6-pick, but that does mean that Doc here for Din is going to be stuck, locked in. Honkai going to 6-pick off the Glaz into the Iana. What does Revens do? Is he going to stick with it? It looks... No, it's a Cade. A last-minute bait-and-switch Cade.
Okay. And Cade's decision is actually definitely looking very promising here, especially for something like the hold onto the jacuzzi wall. The choice of Aruni is certainly going to be very interesting, to say the very least. Same would have been for Chunka if he would have stayed around, because his recent buff actually makes him very powerful, gotta say. At least for the even the ground denial. On the side of the attack of Trinity College, I'm liking some of the adjustments they are making, bringing in the IQ, bringing in the Iana for, well, scouting out for the utility, as well as that just general info gathering, plus some grenades. And if you look at that, I mean, 3 players currently on attack have the set of breaching charges, as well as that 4 total frag grenades. So quite a fair bit of utility for that utility clear, but no throwables, which is going to be possibly an issue at a later date, seeing as the Aruni gates will be quite difficult to get rid of.
And the other thing interesting to note is we don't have a mirror in play. It was lit
That is true.
Again, it's a case of, I think, not a lot of teams are practicing it, so it's probably not something that is in your repertoire coming into a matchup like this. And obviously, given that it's going to be your first match of the season, that drone very much spots Revan, and Honk is going to look to go for the swing potentially here, just a second too late. They do miss each other. That's Rafters control they can take. Naught, though, elsewhere with the Nitro, and unfortunately the kill takes down Little J on the IQ. That is possibly one of the worst operators to lose early, and Honky's in a bit of trouble. Does he know Revens is as close by as he is? Swings in, doesn't matter, he finds the head, and we've traded it back to even.
Indeed. Up next is the Castle of Didn't Ask. He'll be trying to just keep his position hidden for as long as possible, trying to stay away. What he doesn't know is that there is a drone hole, but no, it's actually a push by the sledge, completely unaware. Where is he? And decides to actually, for the better of it, to push back. Honk completely missed out, so right now Castle's position is huge here. That's 1, that's a possibly 2, but it's a down, and there we go, but only just a trade out, but the damage has been already dealt.
Don't Ask was so confused as Din will finish off the round with a kill on agility. Don't Ask was so confused because the Iana crammed through the spray, gets killed, and he's like, cool, I got the kill. Oh wait, no, there was 2 of them. Looks straight back to the sledge, finishes things off. That could have gone disastrously, but St. Edmunds, they picked themselves up a 3rd on the fly. The flawless rotation of bomb sites completed there. That was unfortunately just a lack of clearing your corners there for the sides of Trinity College. Yes, drone work is good, but you need to be checking all those angles. If they'd found Don't Ask early, that was an easy kill through the wall. So I hope they've learnt their lesson. They've done it a couple of times now. They need to be more thorough.
Yeah, thoroughness needs to be here improved quite substantially for Trinity College if they do want to find themselves at least a few rounds. They are making, yeah, like you said, they have a good theoretical knowledge about like how they want to go for a push, how do they, what kind of operators do they want to bring, but unfortunately, drone work, maybe even communication is just absolutely failing them, and really, by the time they try to make a recovery, the immense damage has been already dealt, and they kind of can't really do much. The introduction of Maverick could have been great here, but instead they are going to be sticking around with much more conventional hard breaching measures. That is the Hibana and the Thermite. We'll be sticking to the Iana pick, funnily enough, which I'm assuming is more so just to try to spearhead the push. On the side of the defense, though, the introduction of Doc, I mean, that's for BM at this point. Revan's already proven that he had the audacity at this point to bring the Cav. Now it's a Doc, and if he's not going to go for spawn peek, I'm definitely going to be slightly disappointed, but won't be surprised if he'll just try to just hold some of the positions and just try to secure yet another round.
I mean, we did see it in the hands of Din last round, who, if I remember correctly, did pick up 2 frags with the MP5 as well. Also kept Don't Ask in it as well. He was tagged up very, very early on into the action phase, and one of those stim pistols came out, kept them nice and healthy, helped them pull that off. And, well, as they get things underway here, we're not seeing anything crazy. Anticipating some early aggression here onto the, the CCTV window walkway, but not to be for the moment. It seems that Trinity, yeah, they're back in the drones. This is exactly what they should be doing. But Sadzi, down below, could be our first contest of the round. There is 2 down there. Looks like potentially the Ash and the Iana. Yeah, Honk gonna go for the Gemini, runs it in, spots it, and Sadzi will make that pullback all the way up main stairs.
There we go, but Nord actually somehow finds a kill, actually drops down to try to help Sadzi, but only to get traded out 1-for-1. An IQ for a bandit, and I do believe Nord actually did not place a single bit of charge here for himself and for his team, so that's a bit of wasted utility, but apart from that, good breach already, quick take of the construction site, so certainly now this is much more workable here for the offense of Trinity College, although Maiden Zaf does manage to get himself yet another frag. So overall this is looking pretty solid. Some presence in rafters still to be yet cleared out, but now they are well aware of that position. Honk does find himself onto Sadzi, and right now this is just about the collapse, really.
Well, they're gearing up for that execute. Don't Ask is dropped as well. Made will finally be finished off by that MP5 in the hands of Evans. They're both playing rafters. Luckily, the stim pistol is going to be there, so Don't Ask will be full health for this gunfight that will be coming momentarily. But look at this Honk's position. Oh, just catches out Evans with the drop down, trying to rotate up red. Don't Ask well and truly locked out of the bomb site for the moment. Has to come in huge. Does have a nitro. If the angles are there, if they can find the opening, might be able to do some real work. The post-plant situation is going to be great here for Trinity College. There's the nitro. Looking for the cross, looking for any angle that he can utilize to find the frags. Honk going to swing in, spots him. And a big 4K there for Honk Cry of Trinity College will secure them their first point on the board.
There we go. We do finally see some progression here from Trinity College, finally scoring themselves that much needed point to get the morale back up, and managing to stop the round bleed as well right at the perfect moment, really, because they still have the chance to push it into a draw and make sure that they still stay very solid in this very competition for tonight, and still have a chance to really make a comeback. Otherwise, I mean, a 4-2 scoreline wouldn't be too bad, to say at the very least, but not ideal at all.
Yeah, I mean, at the moment, Clubhouse, I think across the board, all competitions globally, it's probably the most 50-50 map at the moment in terms of attack defense. So, I mean, yeah, 100% 4-2 Hark would be absolutely ideal for St. Edmunds. They're going to switch things up. Yet they say, you know what, the dock was good, but you know what's even better? We're going to get the rook in. We're going to get the body armor. It's going to be even harder to kill us here in this matchup. Even the 2 times on the MP5. So I wouldn't be surprised if we see Din going for some cheeky spawn peaks. Revens, though, going to pick something else up. It's the Mozzie this time. They've identified just how impactful those early drones have been for Trinity College. They're going to look to shut that down nice and early.
Yeah, already Revens did manage to find himself a drone to set up some form of a flank drone for himself and for the rest of the team. So at the very least now they have the guys into the construction site. So we'll see how much of an impact it is going to be. Din processing some information, I'm assuming, for now. But look, Sadzi is still back on his roam downstairs, although I don't think Trinity College will be making that very same mistake like they've done before, and just flat out going to ignore this position. Quick breach into the logistics office should not pose any kind of threat or any issue. So for now, if they do actually drone out the positions, they might just be able to deconstruct this site very well. Only 3 players playing slightly offside and 2 roamers in a very deep roam, so it will take quite some time for a rotation to come around.
Yeah, interesting. I believe that, yeah, Revan's down towards billiards. It's an interesting roam position for a Mozzie at the best of times, but maybe he can find something with that P10 Roni. Sadzi as well, the call has been made, the information, I think that's rough. ERC just spotted. Deactivated as the drone came around the corner on the stairs. Chility into Logi, spots the drone, but it's his own teammates, so shouldn't be shooting that one out just for the moment. Revens as well, still holding things around Bard, not going to look to overcommit just yet. They know as soon as that execute comes, you pinch in from main stairs, you can really shut it down, especially given that they are all here. And, well, they go for the exothermic onto the wall, given this advanced reinforcement. Stretch has been coming out of St. Edmunds. The smoke there to cover, but I think just timed a little bit poorly. For the moment, St. Edmunds, they might be able to hold this one off.
I'm still slightly puzzled about the decision to just smoke off the moment the breach happens, as that kind of cuts off your own sidelines. But instead, well, Sadzi meanwhile will be using his position to score a frag, and possibly going to be running into Honk as well, who was actually the MVP for the previous round, but no, absolutely shut down.
Yeah, not again. Sadzi has been playing pretty well for the most part, given that we're going into round number 5. So far, is almost 1 frag per round. Nort just playing around the bottom chassis, looking for the tight angle with the MP7 spray goes out. Will be enough to take down Little J. At little risk to his own health thanks to that body armor. Bagging, fragging. Pushed in now, looking to team up with Chility to try and get at least close to the bomb site. Unfortunately, Evans has finally decided to join them up on the second floor. But Bray just went everywhere. Evans with the pistol looking for Baggin as well. The pinch in, they're all spraying through. And St. Edmunds will pick themselves up a flawless round win.
Yeah, that looked like maybe round 4 was just a small hiccup in the confidence of St. Edmunds, because, yeah, that was a complete washout there. Full-on shutdown. Sedzi did a fantastic job on the roam, and yeah, just flawless execution. Like you said, Church is going to be the next site to be brought on board, and finally we do see a mirror brought on board. It's kind of almost feels like just St. Edmunds kind of at this point just practicing some of the strats. A few of them did definitely look like it was just more so kind of a reiteration of some of the default setups. Now a mirror, I mean, we've seen throughout multiple tiers and competition in ANZ, we've seen quite a few iterations of mirror on the Church and Arsenal hold.
Yeah, I think it's very much a case of which team it is as to how they like to play it. Sometimes you have the mirror window looking from Church towards that 90 corridor over towards bottom main. Sometimes you have it looking into blue from Church. I've seen a couple of interesting ones upstairs as well if you're looking to be a little bit risky, but again, it's a case of you're opening yourself up more than you are providing yourself an ability to find those frags. So obviously, just a bit of chat, having a bit of fun. Baggin has found himself a caviar up, and they're just having a bit of a chat down an oil pit. But I would imagine, yeah, we're going to see the stock standard looking from Armory into blue, potentially even. Oh no, okay, that was one of them I was talking about. Okay.
Oh my. That is, I guess that's one way to really do it, although without Castle I would imagine this will be quite difficult to keep holding. But we've seen how aggressive can the defense of St. Edmunds be, so if they do just prevent the entry into the building, this could be actually quite huge.
Well, they've got Denon stuck with that MP5 rather than the M590 barricades. They're locking him out, so they are quite separated.
He's locked in the gauntlet.
Yeah, they are looking to lock Nort in, and it's just a case of Godspeed to you, my friend. It is all on you. If you can find it, good. If not, well, we told you. And Revens immediately spotted out in Harry Potter and Garage, and is just going to go straight down oil pit, straight out of there, straight out of dodge, and look to try and look at the barricades that are going down. They are looking to secure this bar position.
Yeah, as much as possible, really. It definitely looks like even the double door to go into the main stairs is completely shut off. They do have the hatch. They have
reinforcements. They can even go for the bar reinforce if they're real keen.
True, yeah. There's quite a few possibilities, but it actually looks like we might be seeing a very interesting push actually through Garage. Din has been the kind of the solo hold player there, and it looks like it's going to be quite a mass push through maybe blue, even with a slight pinch of clearing out.
Yeah, look, they're late reinforcing onto bar.
Jeez Louise.
They are tripling down on this position. Oh no, okay, there was 2 more left. I thought they were going to get that, you know, the kitchen hallway as well. But no, oh no, okay, so they've reinforced over by toilets, but at the moment, Din might find himself in a bit of trouble. The hatch is starting to be opened up. He's the only one in a real position to contest this for the moment. And well, he's going to find the opener. Honkcry falls, looking for even more if he can. Shooting through the hatch, Maid going to take some damage. The drone is there, so Din very much spotted. Frag grenade is going to land, but it's just a second too late in through the wall. So Din will be able to just scrape himself out of there. And all of a sudden, what looked like a good start to this attack for Trinity has been shut down.
Indeed, yeah. Din, meanwhile, keeps on holding his position very well. Does not expect the second one. Will be tagged out by Baggin Fraggin. Revens on the flank. This is a complete, actually, meat grinder. Just all over the place. And Chility, actually, at the end, just brings the demise to his own teammate. That's unfortunate.
I'm sorry, I feel bad for laughing, but there is, from personal experience, there is nothing more terrifying than sledging or breaching open a wall just to see someone ready and waiting to shoot you. And that's exactly what happened They did find a couple of frags, and unfortunately a team kill there at the end, but St. Edmunds will take that half, 5-1. And now going into the second half, it's going to be Trinity College to pull out their best defense. Already, it looks like St. Edmunds have their own dedicated Maverick, though.
Ooh.
Mate, I don't think you're allowed to run that.
Yeah, yeah, we'll need to double check that with the admin team. But yeah, we'll for now go. The Jaeger Elite is, I believe, it's actually one of the banned ones.
Defenders, protect your bombs from being defused
within
by
the competition, but yeah, that's yet to be confirmed. But you know, bit of an oopsie, I think, by Zaf.
It's CCTV. Now, we can take that much away. They're bringing in the Maestro, which is something that we have yet to see. And we know how potent the Maestro can be. The older 5.56 is a terrifying beast to behold, especially if you are not aware of its positioning. They are going for a full bunker setup, it would seem.
Yeah, it looks like it. It's definitely looking like a very curious setup. Not much of an expansion, similar to what we've seen from St. Edmunds. But at least we do see a few more reinforced walls out here and a Maestro camera in construction to keep a keen eye out.
They're fully forgoing rafters right now. They are giving up rafters. They're not going to be contesting at all. I don't even know if St. Edmunds knows this.
Attackers have dropped the bomb diffuser.
A bit of a
smoke grenade. Is that? I think that might be to cover Nort. Yeah, I think it is. They're looking to cover Nort with the smoke. No, I have no idea what to make of this. I think maybe just a bit of a misclick there from Sadzi. They're opening up the roof. Frag grenades starting to go through. Toxic canisters to try and deny. I think they may have missed a window.
Might have just, but Revens actually gets the very much of an unfortunate.
We said it.
Unfortunate pickle. Hello. That shot, by the way, was through the.
I don't know how Revens was able to get the Twitch drone back there. I don't know how it wasn't shot out. That was incredibly lucky.
Okay, what Nord just done here is very unfortunate because the moment he thrown in his second grenade, that one already managed. That ADS was already able to refresh itself and was ready to zap another piece. But oh. Yeah, that breach is going to be stalled out. This is definitely very unfortunate. Buddy, no. You need to... Oh, no. You need to essentially Maverick out the very bottom of that wall.
Oh, no, they've got it. They got the Twitch drone. There we go. Din on the job. Revens on the job. They're just going to go straight into the bomb site. Sansi finds the kill on Agility. Looking for Boy. Finds the second on the Little J. Looking for the kill on the bag it as well. It's a triple. He's looking for the final member, Maiden Zamp, who is downstairs. And, well, Nort's going to be denied the plant. And, well, Sansi's not going to be denied the kill. St. Edmunds, despite a bit of a stutter to start things off, will take the round handily.
Yeah, look, just like that, the Legend of Fragmite is right here, ready to absolutely just blow out the competition. Match point, as a matter of fact, for St. Edmunds. 6-1 scoreline definitely is a very dire scoreline here for Trinity College, although still they managed to show us some valiant attempt at the players. Just unfortunately at the end of the day couldn't really match the same amount of aggression that St. Edmunds has been bringing on board here. Church and Arsenal Room could be the possible final round, or rather site here to be defended. Once again, I'm liking the decision for some of the for all the operators, as a matter of fact, for the defense. It's just it seems like they are playing and expecting a much more passive game, whereas, well, St. Edmunds, they just shift Wing straight onto site.
It worked, though. You've got to admit. Raven just straight in, no holds barred.
Pretty sure it
no
was
prisoners.
Sadzi, actually.
Yeah, sorry, Sadzi, that's right. Sadzi, I think, has been unlocked now that he's no longer on the Jaeger. The recoil is much more manageable. But for the moment, we're going down to basement. We are going to be kicking things off here in what could be the final round. We have the mirror in play. Looks like it might be that blue and, yeah, church wall setup that we are seeing. One there. And I would imagine, yeah, Maiden Zav is good. Yeah, the stock standard for what you'd expect. Although some people will run it on this, you know, northern wall into blue, looking down towards oil pit. But it's personal preference at the end of the day. I rate it. I like to see what Trinity can make happen here, especially with that Maestro on board as well.
Indeed. Well, on the side of the attack, though, we do see not a whole lot of change, really. Don't Ask is the one who actually decided to bring in the Nomad, just to make sure that everything is there sorted. Din is actually just full sending it without actually waiting for his teammates down the blue stairs to try to find his very first frag here.
Yeah, look, this is very much a case of the
boy.
the setup's still happening.
Boy.
Doesn't go for the knife though, but bagging fragging down once again. Early presence in the bomb site. In fact, complete control of B, and the plant is going down here for Sansi. All this setup might be for nothing. Din just gonna spray down Maiden Zap. They are looking to close this one out quick, early, and quite controlledly. Looking to lock things down. Post plant is there. 39 seconds. Don't Ask. Gonna pinch in from behind. Gets one, but Chility's gonna answer back. Never mind, he gets two. It was Din that fell, and well, the call has already been made. Honkai is in bottom main. Gets one. Can't find any more. It's a 1v2. Time is technically there. Oh, the head just peeks away there for naught. Impact to try and open up a wall. Time, it's not quite as safe as it was. Sansi will be the one to bring it into a 1v1. And, well, it doesn't matter. Sansi's just too quick on the trigger. Takes the head off. St. Edmunds will take the first map of the high school league here for XP Esports. Well, quite handily.
Quite handily, yeah. That's probably one way to really describe it. An absolutely stunning performance there from St. Edmunds College. And an absolute demolition job would be one way to really put it. But yeah, congrats to them. They will be the ones scoring the point and possibly will be the ones to set the possible pace here. I mean, you look at both teams. Honkai was doing his very best to try to keep his team in play. I mean, obviously there was some effort on the opposite side to keep the momentum also in favor of, or rather give Trinity College at least an attempt at coming back at it. But 7-1 is going to be the final scoreline here between the two teams. Absolutely stellar performance. St. Edmunds showed us unconventional warfare, to say at the very least.
I think both teams put out some other, unconventional stuff. Hog went absolutely huge, especially on the attacking half. Unfortunately, it just wasn't enough. And I think, St. Edmunds, they knew exactly what they were doing. They came in, they banned out the Legion. They were going to go for the aggressive plays as soon as they hit the attack. It obviously wasn't something they were worried about on the defense. So, yeah, I don't think anything didn't go the way they planned it in this matchup. So they're going to be feeling comfortable, happy. Trinity, it gives them something to work towards going into their next play day. Obviously, they're going to have time to break down the VOD, see what went wrong, see which skills they need to train up and improve on so that the next time they match up against St. Edmunds, they come in at an even playing field because, it was just these little things. Drone work was a key one. A couple of times they let these key positions slip through. And if they had turned the drone the right way, if they'd had checked those corners, it probably would have been a much more even match.
Yeah, definitely the information gathering game, and even in general, some of the gunfights were definitely not looking too pretty for the Trinity College, although still a valiant effort nonetheless. But yeah, look, apart from that, not much really to be said. Plenty of things to really improve for them. Like you said, the drone game, the info, even the mechanical skill could do a little bit of a touch-up, but, well, they'll get plenty of that material to really work with, so hopefully when we'll see them next, they will be able to show us a stellar performance.
Well, I mean, the stage has been set. The first match played here in the high school league, but it's not over. We've got another few matches coming ahead of us this season, and, well, obviously it seems that St. Edmunds are the ones to beat. I keep saying Edwards. I had a school that just down the road from where I lived that's Edwards. But no, St. Edmunds, it seems the Wolfpack are the ones to beat here in the competition. So definitely one to keep an eye on. And, well, we'll see you next time, guys.
Enter into a new dimension of creation. The power to design, animate, and edit. Cool and quiet as you create, with breathtaking graphics performance. The way you create will never be the same.